Welcome back to OT Sports. Today we got our Sun Belt Conference Tournament predictions. We're going to be predicting every game in the Sun Belt Conference Tournament bracket. Before we get started, make sure you subscribe to the channel if we're new. We're doing every single conference in college basketball, all 32 of them. You can expect to see within the next 2 weeks here. Make sure you subscribe. You don't want to miss that. Yeah, this is definitely the best conference we've done so far. So far, we covered the Atlantic Sun and the Patriot League. Make sure you go check those out. We're going to be doing, I think, one, maybe two more today also. So, yeah, make sure you guys subscribe so you don't miss that. We also do college football, NFL, NBA, and MLB, along with college basketball. So, make sure you guys subscribe. As always, my Discord next to a link in the description. You can join that. You can follow that, whatever you'd like to do. But getting right into the brackets, we got the 12-seeded Louisiana Monroe taking on Coastal Carolina. So I am going to go with the higher seed in this one. UL Monroe is higher in KenPom. Coastal Carolina is the lowest ranked team in this conference in terms of KenPom. So I am going to go with UL Monroe in this one. Texas State and Old Dominion. I'm going to go with Texas State, so I'm picking the higher seed. I know it's a little bit boring, but Texas State is actually one of the higher ranked teams in this conference, surprisingly. They are, you know, like I said, they're pretty high up in the rankings. They are, I'm trying to find them here. They are not as good as... Where is Texas State? I remember seeing them. Oh, there they are. They're right behind Georgia State in terms of KenPom, and they're ahead of teams like South Alabama, so they're in that 7 to 8 range in terms of KenPom in the conference. But, yeah, like I said, they're very high. They're higher than Old Dominion, so I'm going to take them in that one. South Alabama and Georgia Southern. I am going to go with South Alabama. I feel like they've been better recently, in recent memory, making the tournament than Georgia Southern, so I'm going to go with them, and also they're higher in KenPom. Louisiana taking on UL Monroe. I am going to go with the Raging Cajuns. They made it from this conference last year, and yeah, I think they'll be able to win this one here. This is a very good team, a very similar team to from last year, and they did make the tournament. They are higher in KenPom. They are the fourth highest team in KenPom, so I'm going to go with the Raging Cajuns. Georgia State and Marshall. I'm going to go with Marshall, even though Georgia State is higher in KenPom. I just, you can't base on KenPom 100% of the time, every time. So I'm going to go with Marshall in this one. I like their odds here, and I like their colors. I like the herd. I don't know. I just like this Marshall team, so I'm going to go with Marshall to move it on to the quarterfinals. Southern Miss taking on Texas State. I believe that's Southern Miss if I'm not making anything up here. Yeah, it is, and they're actually very low in KenPom. They're barely out of Marshall. I'm gonna go with Texas State. Texas State is higher in KenPom, and they're actually, they're actually not. I mean, on paper, statistically they should be better than Southern Miss. I don't know how Southern Miss is all the way up at 6th in the conference, but I mean they have been doing their thing. But I am going to go with Texas State. I think they carry on the momentum from the win over Old Dominion, and I think they move on to the quarterfinals. App State taking on South Alabama. This is where we get into the very good teams in this conference. App State being one of them. They have beaten Auburn on the road this season. App State is legit. I think you could argue that they should have an at-large resume. They're the second highest ranked KenPom team. They got just outside the top 25 defense. Their offense is a little bit struggling though at 140, but in terms of a Sun Belt, 140 anywhere is pretty good. They're 73rd overall, so I'm going to go with App State to take the win over South Alabama. Arkansas State taking on the Raging Cajuns. Louisiana is higher in KenPom, and I think they carry on their win from the previous round, and I think they carry that momentum through, and they get it done once again. I think they move back into the semifinals. James Madison and Marshall. I think this is where Marshall's run comes to an end. I am going to go with James Madison. They're the highest ranked KenPom team in this conference. They have a win on the road over Michigan State. Now, I know that was the first game of the season, but you got to acknowledge it. They were the longest lasting unbeaten team, I believe. Actually, no, they weren't. They were the second longest lasting unbeaten team in this. In the country. They're 28-3. And yeah, 69th in offense, 71st in defense. More well-rounded than App State, and they are higher because of that. They're at 62 overall in KenPom, ahead of bubble teams like Oregon, Butler, Kansas State, Virginia, Memphis, Ole Miss, Richmond. So yeah, teams like that they are ahead of. So James Madison, very good team, very solid chance to make the tournament. I don't know if they have a chance of getting an at-large, but I think them and App State definitely should be in conversation too. If they do not end up winning the tournament, Troy and Texas State. I am gonna go with Troy here. Texas State had a nice little run there, but Troy is the third highest ranked KenPom team. They're at 127. They have a nice little well-rounded team. They're a little more defense heavy, but I don't know. I like their chances against Texas State. I think Texas State is a little bit worn out after the two previous games. I think they're both kind of close. I'm going to go with Troy to get it done. Now we got the 1 versus 5. App State versus the Raging Cajuns. I am going to go with App State, though. This App State team is a really good team. Like I said, they went into the jungle at Auburn and beat them. They have one of the best defenses in the country, and they are a really good team. 26-5. This is one of those teams that is not from a major conference. They could potentially get an at-large bid. I don't know if they will. I don't think they will, but I think they're definitely capable and deserving of. And I definitely think they could win a tournament game or maybe even two. So I'm going to go with App State over the Raging Cajuns, and then James Madison versus Troy. I'm going to go with James Madison. You could just reiterate what I just said about App State. Now, they're not as dominant on one side of the ball like App State is defensively, but they are very well-rounded. They're higher in KenPom compared to App State. They have a better overall record. They have a very good resume. They have a win at Michigan State. Like I said, they're 28-3, only 3 losses on the year. I believe one of them is to App State. So, this is one of those teams you could argue. If they don't end up winning their conference tournament, you could definitely make the argument that they should get an at-large bid. I just don't know if they will. We will see, but that sets up this matchup in the conference title game. This would be a very high-quality matchup. James Madison being the little more well-rounded team, App State being a little bit more defensive heavy. Who takes it home? And I'm back and forth on this one. This is the toughest pick I've had to make in all of our conference tournament videos so far. This is a really tough game to pick. I definitely could see myself switching it in this tournament starts tomorrow. Could definitely see myself switching it come tomorrow. As of right now, I'm going to go with App State. I think they're a little bit more well-rounded. I think they have a lot higher upside in the tournament just because of how dominant their defense is. Just outside the top 25 is ridiculous when you're in a conference like this. And like I said, they have good wins. They went on the road and beat Auburn. I think that win is better than on the road against Michigan State. It was also not as early in the year. Now it was still early in the year, but I don't know. I really like this App State team. But these two teams you could definitely argue should both be in the tournament, and I wouldn't call you crazy. That might end up happening. Right now, I don't think it will, but I've seen crazier things happen, so I'm going to go with App State for right now, but like I said, this could definitely switch come tomorrow. I'm going to take the Mountaineers to take the Sun Belt Conference Tournament and punch their ticket to the NCAA Tournament. So I hope you guys enjoyed the Sun Belt Conference Tournament predictions. This was definitely the best conference we've done so far, and it's only going to get better from here. So yeah, make sure you subscribe, turn on notifications too. Make sure you don't miss out when we post these videos. We're doing at least 3 videos a day. Uh, you know, well, at least 1 video a day, I will say, but we're gonna on average be about 3 a day. We might go a little bit more, a little bit over that today, but we'll see. Just know you're getting all 32 conferences predicted within the next 2 weeks, right here, right now. It's March. It's time to get excited and ready for the tournament. So yeah, like this video if you enjoyed. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you're new. We got college basketball, college football, NFL, NBA, and MLB. As always, my Discord next to the link in the description. You can join that, you can follow that, whatever you'd like to do. But I will see you guys in a little bit with the Horizon League tournament predictions. Make sure you tune in to those, and make sure you check out the videos on the screen right now. Atlantic Sun and Patriot League tournament predictions. Hope you guys enjoyed this one.